Hi, my name is Reese, and welcome to The Facts Matter. Now let's face it, we live in a world where fake news and biased articles are everywhere. It's hard to learn about a topic without running into these things. That's where I come in. In this show, we'll look at topics in the news and give you just the facts. At the top left of the screen, there will be a fact counter. In the description of this video, I'll link all the facts and the sources. My goal is to teach you something new each episode with no opinions, and you decide what to take away from it. So here's the deal. Trump won the presidential election, in case you've been living under a rock. And as you're watching this, he's days from being inaugurated. But in the rules of democracy, he must also pick out members of the cabinet to help support him for the next 4 years. Many people are surprised by some of the picks, and that's what I want to talk about today. So let's talk about Trump's cabinet. First is Myron Ebell, the pick for head of the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA. He is the director of the Center for Energy and Environment at the Competitive Enterprise Institute, so he's had a bit of experience. But what many are worried about is that he has publicly stated climate change is false. Climate change is happening, and it's not fun to think about. The average global temperature has risen about 0.8 degrees Celsius or 1.4 degrees Fahrenheit since 1880. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. Some scientists theorize that climate change could reach lethal heat by just 2060. As you would guess, many think an EPA director against climate change might not help fix the problem. Myron leads a group called the Cooler Heads Coalition, which says it is, quote, focused on dispelling the myths of global warming. Ebell has worked on energy and environmental issues for more than 2 decades and hopes to achieve, quote, sensible energy policies. Our next cabinet pick is Betsy DeVos, who will be the education secretary for the upcoming presidency. She is a proponent of private schools and wants to reduce public schools. She has never attended a public school or sent her children to one. What teachers are worried about is that public schools will not become more stable and will instead be privatized. Now, charter schools like the KIPP Academy have been successful, but many have a large failure rate. One study found that since 2008, 119 charter schools in Florida have been shut down, 14 of which never finished their first school year. Having a school shut down in the middle of the year can be terribly disruptive to student education. Another issue is many charter schools actually misuse tax money. A news report concluded that taxpayers lost $216 million to charter school waste, fraud, and abuse. Some school board members used money given to them for education and instead used it for their personal expenses. One superintendent, Lisa Ham, spent hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars on trips, jewelry, and tickets to shows. A special audit released in 2003 concluded that Ham and Stephanie Millard, the school's treasurer, misspent $520,000. Both women even created false receipts and documents to try to cover the misspending, and Ham wasn't sent to jail, just given probation and fined $75,000, only 13% of the total stolen. The thing is, many may argue that Trump himself might not be qualified to do the job as president. He has no political experience and has tweeted sexist and inane things like saying Ariana Huffington is unattractive and that her husband leaving her was a good move, that attractive people don't drink Diet Coke, Katy Perry must have been drunk to marry her husband, indicating it was a stupid choice, and when a man died in a plane crash, instead of condoling, he made a joke about Obama's birth certificate. He has also said racist and sexist things in debates and speeches against women, Mexicans, Asians, blacks, and Indians. The thing most of the public are worried about is should these people be allowed in the White House? So, is Myron going to save our environment or stretch out the problem? Will Betsy DeVos save our education system or elevate shoddy and unhelpful schools? Will Trump make America great again or take a step back in history? You decide.